Welcome back to our channel on this beautiful day. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here for another deep dive into the most explosive daytime drama on television. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let us get right into the chaos unfolding in Los Angeles today. Are we about to witness the absolute destruction of Eric Forrester's legendary career, all because Steffy Forrester Finnegan is blinded by her own massive ego? I am hearing that Eric's highly anticipated new couture line is going to fail miserably, ending in a complete and utter disaster, while Hope, Logan, and Deak completely steal the spotlight and secure a massive victory for Logan. Hey B&B fans, welcome back. I've got some massive LA drama to unpack today, and honestly my jaw is still on the floor. If you love deep dives into Forrester creations and the vicious Logan family rivalry, hit that subscribe button right now because we are talking about a fashion war that is going to change the landscape of this show forever. Let's get right into the raw spoilers because this situation is incredibly juicy. Forrester Creations simply cannot wait to launch Eric's brand new haute couture line. The word on the street is that Steffi is pushing this release at warp speed. Why? Because Steffi desperately wants to overshadow the collection Eric previously designed for Katie Logan Spencer over at her new fashion house, Logan. Steffi thinks she can just stomp all over Katie's new business by rushing her grandfather's work to the runway. But Katie, Bill Spencer, Deak, and Hope are actively racing against the clock to launch their own spectacular collection to compete directly with Eric's new line. And rumor has it, Steffi is going to be completely blindsided when Eric's collection bombs, while Logan's launch becomes an unprecedented, industry-shaking triumph. I honestly believe Steffi is making the absolute biggest mistake of her entire career as co-CEO, and I am entirely here for her downfall. Let's be real for a second. Steffi has always been incredibly arrogant when it comes to the Logans. She cannot stand the idea of Katie running a successful fashion house, let alone Hope finding massive success outside the walls of Forrester Creations. Steffi is using Eric as a pawn in her petty, childish vendetta against the Logan women. She is rushing a legacy character, a man who has given his blood, sweat, and tears to the fashion industry for decades, just to score a cheap victory over Katie. It is disgusting. If you ask me, Steffi deserves the massive slap in the face that is coming her way when the fashion critics tear Eric's rushed designs to shreds. Think about the history here. Eric Forrester is a living legend, but he is not a machine. We have seen Eric struggle with his health, his severe hand tremors, and devastating creative blocks over the years. Remember the incredible storyline a few years ago when Eric was secretly using R.J. Forrester to draw his designs because his arthritis was acting up? Eric needs time, pure inspiration, and a stress-free environment to create his masterpieces. By forcing Eric to crank out a new couture line at breakneck speed just to eclipse Katie, Steffi is setting her own grandfather up for a humiliating public failure. I think the writers are brilliantly exposing Steffi's toxic leadership. She cares more about crushing the competition than she does about protecting the integrity of the Forrester brand or Eric's legacy. Sometimes I wish they would just recast Steffi's management team because she is running that company straight into the ground. And then we have to talk about the absolute powerhouse team forming over at Logan. Katie Logan Spencer is not playing games anymore. She has Bill Spencer backing her, and we all know Bill loves a vicious corporate war. Remember when Bill literally blew up the Spectra Fashions building to get what he wanted? Bill is ruthless. With his limitless financial backing and his total control over Spencer Publications, Katie has the resources to completely destroy Forrester Creations. Bill controls the media narrative. He can ensure that every single fashion magazine, every blog, and every critic is hyper-focused on Logan's new launch. Steffi does not just have to beat Katie's designs, she has to beat Bill's global media machine. And Steffi is simply not smart enough to realize she is walking directly into a trap. But the real shocker here is the creative team. Hope Logan teaming up with Deak to launch this first collection for Logan is the plot twist I did not know I needed. Hope has spent years pouring her soul into hope for the future, only to be constantly disrespected, undermined, and threatened by Steffy. Hope finally stepping out from under Steffy's thumb and creating something fresh and exciting with Deak is exactly the kind of character growth I have been begging for. Let's talk about Deak for a moment. We all know Deak has been working at Il Giardino, dealing with his messy romantic history with Remy and trying to figure out his life. But Deak stepping into the high-stakes fashion world alongside Hope, I did not see that coming, but I am obsessed with the potential. Deak has that raw, edgy, youthful energy that the fashion industry craves right now. Pairing Deak's fresh perspective with Hope's established industry knowledge and passionate fan base is a recipe for absolute magic. Hope and Deak have incredible creative chemistry. I think Deak and Hope are going to bring a collection to the runway that is so innovative, so modern, and so breathtaking that it makes Eric's rushed, traditional couture look completely outdated and irrelevant. I can already picture the runway showdown in my head. Imagine the sweeping camera angles, the flashing lights, the dramatic music playing as the models walk. Steffy is sitting in the front row at Forrester Creations, wearing that smug, self-satisfied smirk, fully expecting the crowd to give Eric a standing ovation. But instead, the audience is dead silent. The critics are whispering and shaking their heads. The designs are uninspired, clunky, and clearly rushed. Steffi's smirk slowly fades into pure, unadulterated panic as she realizes she has completely destroyed the Forrester Creations reputation. I want to see Steffy squirm. I want to see her realize that her petty jealousy of the Logans has cost her company millions of dollars and shattered her grandfather's pride. I want to see the exact moment the reviews drop online. I want to see Steffi scrolling through her phone, her hands shaking as she reads headlines calling Eric's line a tragic misstep. Meanwhile, across town at the Logan Fashion House, the atmosphere is absolutely electric. Katie is glowing, Bill is grinning like a proud shark, and Hope and Deak are taking a triumphant bow on the runway as the crowd goes absolutely wild. The reviews pour in, and they are unanimous. Logan is the new king of Los Angeles fashion, and Forrester Creations is officially a sinking ship. This is the exact kind of high-stakes, glamorous soap opera drama that made me fall in love with this show in the first place. It is not just about who is sleeping with who. It is about power, legacy, and corporate warfare. This runway showdown is going to be the ultimate cliffhanger for Sweeps Month. If this plays out the way I think it will, the fallout at Forrester Creations is going to be apocalyptic. Steffi's position as co-CEO will be completely indefensible. And who is waiting in the wings to take her down? Brooke Logan. We already know Brooke recently made a highly seductive offer to Ridge to replace Steffi as co-CEO. Ridge was uncomfortable with the idea, but he agreed to consider it. Well, if Steffi oversees the biggest fashion disaster in the history of the company, Ridge will have no choice but to fire his own daughter and put Brooke in charge. Brooke will finally have the ultimate leverage. She can look Ridge in the eye and say, "I told you so?" Steffi's vendetta against my family is destroying your father's legacy. Steffi is going to lose everything. She will lose her power, her prestige, and possibly her relationship with her grandfather. Eric is going to be devastated, and I honestly think he might blame Steffi for pushing him too hard. This could fracture the Forrester family in ways we have not seen in a decade. And what about Liam Spencer? Liam has been breathing down Hope's neck, demanding that she leave Forrester and go work for Katie. Liam is going to be incredibly smug when Hope's collection with Deak succeeds, but I hope Hope tells Liam to back off. Hope does not need Liam's permission or his constant management. She is proving that she is an absolute force of nature all on her own. I am fiercely opinionated about this because I am so tired of the writers constantly letting Steffy win. For years, Steffy has gotten away with blackmail, manipulation, and treating the Logan women like garbage. It is about time the pendulum swings the other way. Katie deserves this massive victory. She has been the underdog sister for far too long, always living in Brooke's shadow or dealing with Bill's constant betrayals. Seeing Katie step up as a ruthless, highly successful CEO who outsmarts Steffy Forrester is giving me life. And let's not forget the sheer humiliation Ridge will feel. Ridge has always enabled Steffy's worst behavior. He constantly turns a blind eye to her toxic management style because she is his daughter. But when the fashion world declares Eric's collection a flop and crowns Hope and Deak the new visionaries of haute couture, Ridge is going to have to face the music. He will be forced to admit that the Logans have beaten them at their own game. The tension between Ridge, Brooke, and Steffy is going to reach an explosive boiling point, and I am grabbing my popcorn right now because I do not want to miss a single second of this fallout. So I have to ask you guys, do you think Eric's new couture collection is going to fail miserably because Steffy rushed it? And are you excited to see Hope and Deak completely crush Forrester Creations on the runway? Let me know your wildest predictions down in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Los Angeles drama. See you next time.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.